Maker, this is Claire from Claire Makery, and today I'm going to teach you how to crochet the Hop Into Spring Garland. This pattern is made up of daisies, carrots, and bunnies, and to make them you are going to need some orange, some green, some cream, and some yellow worsted weight yarn, as well as a 4.5mm crochet hook. The first piece that we will make is the carrot, which is worked from the bottom up with then the leaves worked off of the top. We'll begin making the carrot by making a slip knot, and then we are going to chain 4, 3 and 4, and then starting in the second chain from the hook, we are going to single crochet 1, 2, and then 3. And then for the next 2 rows, we're going to chain 1, turn, and single crochet 3. So this will be the first row of this that we'll do. Just like this. Then we will do a second one, chain 1, turn, and single crochet 3. And then after we have done this last single crochet, our next row will be chain 1, turn, and we are going to increase in that first single crochet. So we will do 2 single crochets in that first stitch, then single crochet 1, and then single crochet 2 in the last stitch. Then we will chain 1, turn, and then we will single crochet 5, and then you'll do this row with the chain 1, turn, single crochet 5 for 2 more rows before we move on to the next part. Then we will chain 1, turn, and then do an increase in this first one with 2 single crochets in that first stitch. Then we'll single crochet 3, and then do an increase in that last stitch of the row. The next 3 rows is going to be chaining 1, turning, and then single crochet 7 all the way across. Then the next set of rows, you chain 1, turn, we will increase in that first stitch, then you will single crochet 5, and then when you get to the very last stitch, we'll do another increase. Then you will chain 1, turn, and single crochet 9, and repeat that for 3 more rows. After that, you'll chain 1, turn, increase in that first stitch, and then you will single crochet 7 till you get to the very last stitch, and then in the last single crochet, then you'll increase in the last stitch, and after the increase you'll chain 1, turn, and then single crochet 11 for the next 3 rows. After that, we're going to chain 1, turn, and we're going to do a decrease in these first 2 stitches right here, and then we will single crochet 7 till you get to the second to last stitch of the row. So go all the way till you have 2 stitches left, and then you'll do a decrease in that last stitch. And this ends the body of the carrot. So you can go ahead and take your scissors and then trim your yarn and fasten this off. And once you have fastened this off, then we are going to begin using the green yarn to create the leaves. So we're going to start the leaves by joining the green yarn, going 2 stitches in, and then we are going to use a slip stitch to just pull that yarn through. Then we are going to chain 7, and once you've chained 7, starting in that second chain from the hook, so we've got 7, go to the second chain from the hook, and then single crochet 6. all the way through each chain stitch. And then once you get to the very last one, we are going to go to that next single crochet on the carrot and do a slip stitch into that. Then you'll repeat that same thing that you just did till you have a total of 4 leaves, and then you'll have finished your carrot. The next piece is the daisy, which is crocheted starting with the yellow center, and then the petals are worked off the outside, all in one piece. We'll begin by taking our yellow yarn, doing a slip knot, and then we are going to chain 2 stitches, and then in that first chain we did, the second one from the hook, we are going to single crochet 6. And this is going to help us start working in the round without needing to do a magic circle. So for the second round, we are going to do increases in each of the single crochets we just did. So start by doing 2 single crochets in that first one we did. And then I like to take a stitch marker. I recommend doing this, putting it in that first stitch to keep track of where you began your round. And then you'll continue doing 2 single crochets in each of those ones from the first round. And this will help increase our stitch count to 12 single crochets. So keep going around with those increases till you get to the very first stitch. And then this will finish the yellow center. In order to switch to the cream yarn, we'll take our stitch marker out, and then we'll grab the cream yarn, inserting our hook here to start. Then just like we did with the green yarn and the carrot, we are going to join it with a slip stitch, pulling that through, and then we will start the petals by chaining 8. And then starting in that second chain from the hook, we're going to begin with a single crochet, then a half double crochet, then a double crochet, then a triple crochet. So this one has the most loops. Then the next one is a double crochet, then it will be a half double crochet, and then the last stitch of the petal is a single crochet. Then you'll go to the next stitch on the yellow center and you'll single crochet 1. So go to that next stitch there, single crochet 1, and then you'll repeat what we just did with the petal till in order to work those off of the center, and you'll just go all the way around to the beginning. Once you have all of your petals all the way around, you are going, instead of single crocheting, we are just going to do a slip knot or a slip stitch into that first stitch that we did, and then this will we can fasten off our daisy, and this finishes it all up. The last piece we'll do is the bunny. So we use the brown and the cream yarns, and we will start with using the brown yarn here. And similar to what we did with the daisy, we'll start with a slip knot, and then we are going to chain 2. So 1 and 2, and then we are going to work 6 single crochets into that first chain that we made. So this way we can work in the round, just like this. So once you have those 6 single crochets, then we're going to start the next round. So in that first single crochet we did, we will increase doing 2 single crochets. And then just like with the daisy, I recommend putting that stitch marker in to mark the beginning of the round. and then you will single crochet 2 in each one of these stitches so that we are able to increase our stitch count up to 12 so that we can keep going in a circle. This will give it a nice even, I guess that'd be circumference. So then once you've finished that second round, you'll take your stitch marker out. We're going to single crochet 1, and don't forget to put that stitch marker back in that first stitch, and then you are going to do 2 single crochets to increase that. And then you're going to repeat that all the way around, doing 1 single crochet and then an increase. Once you finish that round and get all the way around, we are going to, you'll just increase by doing 2 and then an increase, and continue doing that, increasing your single crochets by 1 before the increase till you get 4 single crochets. Once you've finished all of those rounds, you're done with the body, and we are going to work the head of the rabbit off of this. So you'll begin by doing 2 chains, then we are going to half double crochet 5, and this is going to form the base of the head. So 4 and 5, and then you're going to chain 1. So you'll chain 1, turn it, do 1 single crochet in that first stitch, and we're basically just creating a shell stitch right here. So we'll skip 1, and then in the next one we are going to work 5 double crochets, and so this is going to make a shell stitch on the top of this to give a rounded edge to the top of the bunny's face. So once you get those 5 double crochets, you'll skip the next half double crochet, go to that last one, and do a single crochet. Then we're going to begin working the ears off of this. So we are going to start by chaining 7 stitches. And once you have 7 stitches, starting in the second chain from the hook, you're going to single crochet 1. Then you will half double crochet 1, then double crochet 2, and then you'll do another half double crochet in the next stitch, and then a single crochet in the last chain, and then you'll skip to that next stitch there, and then slip stitch, and then you're going to slip stitch across, do 4 more slip stitches so that you'll have 1 more stitch on that rounded part. Then you're going to repeat what we did with the ear by chaining 7, then doing the 1 single crochet. So the 1 single crochet, then the half double crochet, the 2 double crochets, the half double crochet, and then the single crochet. And then you'll go to that next stitch on the head and do a slip stitch. And there you finished the main part of the bunny. So next we'll make the tail, and to do that you will start by doing a slip knot, and then we are going to chain 6. So you'll take your hook and we'll do 1, 2, oops, yarn's getting tangled, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then we are going to go to that third chain from the hook and we're going to do a bobble stitch. So it's essentially like a double crochet, but we just don't pull it through that last yarn over. And you'll just go till you have 5 loops on your hook. So you'll do that yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then do that again, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through 2 loops till you have 5, and then repeat that 2 more times till you have a total of 4 bobble stitches. So we'll finish up our 3rd bobble stitch. Here's the 4th one. And then once we're done with this bobble stitch, we will have finished the main part of the tail. So then to join it to the beginning, you can do it in the base of that first bobble, or just in the through the 2 chains that we skipped, and slip stitch to help make the cute little tail that we'll sew on the bunny. To sew the tail onto the bunny, you can take a yarn needle and thread the tail that you left, the yarn tail, then center it in this middle, and then you will just take your yarn needle, insert it through the body of the bunny, and go up and down through the different loops till you have secured the bunny tail all the way around. And I just like working along, going through the loops of the top of those bobble stitches. That way I pretty much just know where I need to insert my yarn needle through. We'll just keep going. And then once we get back to the beginning of where we started stitching, then and it's all secure, then we will fasten this off. I put my needle through one of the loops, wrap the yarn around a couple times, and then push my needle through and pull it tight. And then you'll just want to weave in your ends before we put the garland together. Once you have finished making all of your pieces for the garland and you have woven in all of the ends, then it is time to string the appliques onto the garland. So you could do 2 different things. You could have just plain yarn, which is what I'm gonna do, or you could easily do a strand of chains to weave it on there, but I'm gonna go for something really simple, and I'm just going to string these on my strand of yarn. So I'm going to go ahead and start by just threading my yarn through a needle just so it's easier to put it through all my pieces, and then I'm going to lay them out. So the layout I'm going to do is have a carrot, and then a daisy, a bunny, and then another carrot. So you could mix and match it any way you want, but I'm going to repeat it like this and then end it with a carrot with all the pieces. So you'll want to start with your last piece that you're going to do. So mine's going to be a carrot, and then I am just going to come through the back here. You could do something like this where you just kind of weave it through the tops of it like this, so that way you can thread it through, and then it'll look like this. This will show it up like right there, so if you don't want to do it, you could just loop it through some of these back stitches. I'll show you how you would do that. So I'll just take this out real quick, and then you thread that, and then you could just come right here on these back loops of these stitches, and then just thread your yarn through, and then move this down along your strand until it gets to the point that you want. And I'm leaving my yarn attached to my skein so that way I can just adjust it as I go, so I don't have to commit to just one size. So then for the daisies, you could just come through some of these stitches in the back. Let's find a good spot. Here's one, and then two. Thread it through there. And then you can just keep repeating that process till you get all of the pieces down. And if you'd like to have your carrot be a little bit lower, like have the yarn strand down lower, you can always just put it right here on the back of the carrot part. But you'll just repeat that until you get all of your pieces strung. Well, I hope you love your new garland, and if you liked this video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and check out more of the tutorials I have on my channel. Thank you!